Steve, welcome. How are you today, pal? Okay?
I'm doing pretty well, Chris. Everything is moving along, and we're just hoping we play 60 games to its logical conclusion and then have all of the playoffs and World Series. I think that would mean a lot to the fans and the players. I know to a man, if they possibly can, they want to get this done and over with and crown a champion and move on to hopefully better times next year.
We'll get to that in a sec. I'm fascinated. I didn't realize that you and Thurman were so close. Thurman Munson, of course. This is August 2nd was the anniversary of his death, the plane crash. And then, of course, this kind of week is all those games against the Orioles. And I did not realize that he was your catcher there at Kent State. I was not aware of that, Steve. And this is probably a little before the Kent State shooting, is it not?
No, it was after, quite a bit after. The shooting was May 4th of 1970. Thurman and I actually met originally in the Ohio high school all-star game. We were both all-state. Thurman was all-state in 3 sports. He was a wonderful athlete. It didn't look like it with that squatty body, but he could do everything. And we met. He played shortstop. He just didn't want, well, as it turned out, he didn't want to catch. So one of our guys from Cleveland, where I'm from, beat him out to start the first game at shortstop. After the 3 games were over, and we had Larry Heisel, Gene Tennis, Thurman, and I on the east of the Ohio All-Star game that year.
Right.
And they all went on to have really good careers. And Thurman came up to me afterward, and he said, well, I'll be seeing you in September. And I said, why? He goes, you're going to Kent, aren't you, Kent State? I said, yeah. He said, well, I'm your catcher. I said, you're a shortstop. He goes, nah, I'm a catcher. I just didn't want to catch down here. And so we became better and better friends. We were roommates on the road. We shared a lot. I would take him to dinner every time he came to Chicago. The first time we played against one another as professionals, I had lunch with him. He said, you still throwing that curveball? I said, nah, I'm throwing sliders. I said, how about you? He goes, my arm's a little sore. I've taken a lot of foul tips off the shoulder. So I don't know how many times in his life this ever happened, but I struck him out the first 3 times I faced him. And then he comes up, screams at me, throw the fastball. So I throw one over his head. He swings at it, fouls it back, and I yell back, that's it. Then got him another curveball. He grounded out. But we had a runner at second, nobody out. He picked the guy off second base from the plate. They won 2-1. He sends a note to me afterward. If I can't beat you with my bat, I'll beat you with my arm. And that really tells you everything you need to know about a guy that I considered a great player. He just wanted to beat you, and he usually found a way to do it.
He did. Don't forget, the Orioles played the Yankees. The 8 guys on the field the day after the plane crash, they left home plate open, and Jerry Narron, I believe, caught that game for the Yankees. All right, how about your White Sox ball club right now? A lot of young players, little spotty early, that doubleheader in Cleveland, and, of course, the opening series against Minnesota, who hit the ball well. But you've recovered nicely, and you've done a good job, over 500. Give me a little thought what you've seen here in these first 12 games. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, Chris, it's the 4th year of a 5-year rebuild. This is not the finished product. They're going to be better next year than they are this year. However, when you can put in the same lineup Luis Robert, who is absolutely going to be a stud. There's nothing he can't do. He's a 5-tool player, and he brings all 5 tools every day. You got Eloy Jimenez, who's a great hitter, a little limited defensively, but just a wonderful hitter. Jose Abreu is enjoying a resurgence because he wanted to be here. He told the White Sox, if you don't sign me, I'm going to sign myself. I want to be here when these guys get here. You got Yoan Moncada. People shouldn't forget about him because he's got a chance to be an MVP. Last year, one of the top 10 hitters in the league. We're missing Tim Anderson. He's on the IL.
Right.
He won the batting title last year. When he comes back, we're that much better team. Madrigal was hitting almost 300. He went down with a separated shoulder, so we lost him. We've lost a couple of pitchers. Mazara's just getting back to the team. This team is infinitely talented at this point. But right now, they're doing it on straight talent because there's a lot of youthful exuberance. However, they need to learn how to consistently execute and win close ball games. We're getting better at it. We're not there yet. And so a lot of people believe that this team is a team of destiny down the road. I think the destiny in the playoffs is this year. I know that there's a lot of teams we're not as good as. We're not as good as the Yankees, not as good as Minnesota, certainly not as good as the Dodgers. There's some teams that are right now, they are the finished product. However, short series, Chris, strange year. 60-game season, short series in the postseason. Any team can beat any team.
Oh, no question.
All you got to do is get to the dance. The Sox intend to get there.
Best of three, you never know. How good is Robert? He's that good a player, this kid, the center fielder? He's that good?
Chris, he's as good as you've ever seen. He's only been in the big leagues for 10 days. He's faster than just about everybody. He's got a great throwing arm. He has unlimited power, and he can adjust for a young hitter pitch to pitch. It's one thing to adjust game to game, week to week, but I've seen him look horrible on a breaking ball away, a slider, a curveball, and come back in the same at-bat and hit that pitch and hit it hard. Very few people can do that. So the only thing that can limit him is his body. He's gotten nicked up a few times early in his career. Right now, he's playing every day. He's a magnificent center fielder. He glides to the ball. Not exactly like Devon White, because Devon White was a thinner guy. This guy is faster than Devon White. Right now, he's just about as fast as anybody. His acceleration on the first step as a base stealer is unbelievable. He's 4 or 5 in that department. Got thrown out last night for the first time. I've seen a lot of guys come to the major leagues. I have not seen anybody as exciting as him.
Wow, that's high praise. Very, very high praise. All right, how about the division? Can you see him finishing second? Why not, right? Indians have the good pitching. They can't hit, but and the Twins are 10-2. So let's put the Twins aside. This could be a second-place team, could it not?
I do believe so. And let's face it, the Twins are the class of the division. Everybody picked them to win. Okay, so that's a no-brainer. They got a lot of thunder. That team is the finished product. They added some pitching. They're very good. Rocco Baldelli has done a great job, as has the front office. I mean, Thad Levine and Derek Falvey have done a terrific job in reassembling that ball club. I love the way they did it. I like the way Rocco handles them. That being said, Cleveland doesn't hit very well. If you get by the big three in the middle, if you get by Ramirez, Lindor, and Santana, you can beat that team. The pitching is magnificent. Bieber is a Cy Young Award candidate. The other guys behind him, I mean, Clevenger's stuff is otherworldly. You've got Savali. You've got Plesac. Pletko is pretty decent for a guy that's a swingman for him. I love their pitching. Terry Francona is as good as it gets. He's never outmanaged in a game. I hope he stays healthy because I love to watch him control a dugout and to control his team. But there's no reason the Sox can't finish second. The only thing that will overcome them is a lot more experience on the Indians. You know, the Indians have won together.
Right, the White Sox haven't done that yet.
The White Sox have come from different places. They got to learn how to win together.
Good point, Steve. We will chat soon. Keep it up, pal. Appreciate a few minutes here today.